Hi, welcome to Smosh Mouth. I'm Shayne.
And I'm Amanda. Very happy to be back here with my wonderful friend, Shayne. Why do I sound like a news reporter? Hi, Tommy.
You do sound like a news reporter.
Yeah.
And also Tommy's here.
And also Tommy's
Am I
here.
your wonderful friend?
Special guest. Wonderful friend.
Wonderful friend.
I like you a little bit more.
It's
Wow.
crazy to be doing this podcast normally again. I feel like you haven't been here. I haven't been here. We've been doing a lot
We
of
haven't done this
experimenting.
I've been
pod
here.
together in
You've
a
been
long time.
here.
But you've been here every day, even when we're not shooting.
Yeah, I sit and look at the table and go, I wish they were back together. One day they will.
We open the door to this studio and we just see you in here in the dark
Yeah.
by yourself. It's like,
It's like I'm waiting for a shoe release or something.
Oh,
Those people outside of the store, I'm just sitting there like,
why
One
do
day.
Why do they wait in
People
line
like
for
shoes.
so long?
they like shoes.
And there's so many security guards. So many security guards.
Shoes are expensive for fun.
Come on.
I like
them on the
shoes, but
floor.
not enough.
No.
That.
I like that shoes exist.
Oh, yeah.
I prefer to have something underneath my feet.
Yeah.
And I love that people love stuff to that degree.
Yeah.
I don't know if
I
I
don't-
love that, but I can appreciate it.
Okay.
That's such a non-committal answer.
No,
I can appreciate it, kind of.
people who are
Do you agree?
into things, because that's the same with like comic book shops in LA.
Yeah.
There, sometimes you'll see people outside waiting for the shop to open for all sorts of things.
Yeah.
I'm assuming also maybe magic cards. Brennan, like, would that be like there's releases like that?
Brennan's like, nah.
Brennan's like, I don't give a shit,
Yeah,
man.
he's like, stop talking to me. I'm not here.
It's all online.
it's all online.
But
So-
Brennan will be waiting outside of the camera store when
There
a
you
new
go.
camera comes out.
A new old camera.
The
Brand new old
Old camera from 1976.
The new 1940 camera. Actually, that'd be sick.
That's actually cool. I
Yeah.
really appreciate that.
Okay,
Whereas
I
the
believe
sneakers,
that
thank you. The sneakers, I'm like,
I'll do it for a Wii.
A Wii?
Yeah, remember?
A Nintendo Wii?
yeah, I know what a Wii is.
Remember the Wii?
Remember
Yeah.
the Wii? Did you wait outside for the Wii?
No, but that happened, didn't it?
Yeah.
Riveting podcasting at 9 a.m. Welcome.
Yeah, that
to
probably
SmoshCast.
happened, though, for sure. Actually, what we're doing on this podcast today is we're playing Never Have I Ever.
Which is really fun.
This was a pitch from Selina. Selina was like, I want you guys to play Never Have I Ever.
So cool.
And we said, yeah.
And we said yeah, because the last time I played Never Have I Ever, I think was in college.
Wow.
And it was
Welcome back.
very fun. Thank you.
I guess we haven't really done this on Smosh.
Never have
No,
we
I don't
ever
think
done
so.
this on
No, we've
Smosh.
done a lot of, like, we used to back in the day on Smosh Pit. We'd do, like, spin the bottle type of challenges. Or
What?
stuff.
Why
Yeah.
wasn't I
Yeah,
cast?
actually, yeah.
Because you were...
We cut, like, 3 minutes of footage there, but it was really...
It was really good.
Oh, it was all flagged. All flagged. So, never have I ever.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys used to play spin the bottle on Pit. That's
We did it like a couple times. We would do kind of challenges that you look back and it's like that was a little cringy. We did.
Did
that.
you guys kiss?
I
remember
can't
what
remember.
it was.
Wow.
I think that was an option.
Riveting.
I think it was an option when it came up. We were like, we're not gonna do that. I think.
So there's no kissing.
Okay.
I would have switched off immediately from that channel. Bye.
Never mind.
Yeah. Never mind.
Boring.
Anyways.
But no, I don't think we ever did Never Have I Ever because it's very podcasty. Like it's just more
Very fun.
conversational.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we never even did it on Show with No Name, which was like kind of our podcast back in the day.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
like a free form.
Yeah, but I definitely played a lot of Never Have I Ever with friends back in the day. It was just a popular thing.
It's just fun.
Do you
Hanging
win?
out. I think I won a lot.
Because you
I-
So
don't.
that means that you don't live a life.
I was
you don't.
lame. I was as a teenager. I was really lame. Like, and I,
Shane's just like,
anything involving like anything involving anything sexual, I'd just be like, yeah, oh, for sure. Oh, God
and
damn.
people are like, I'm going to put down 2 fingers for that one.
oh, I've really done that.
Whoa.
I did that so hard that it's my whole hand down. No, it was always embarrassing as fuck. I hated it.
Leo, you've lived a full life.
I have.
I feel like
And you're finished.
I have, and now I'm
And you're all
done.
done.
And
You're
I
all
will go
done.
to my gravesite just fine.
Yeah.
I'm happy. It can end now.
There you go.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, we have a bunch here that Selina helped make for us. I think we've all been thinking of them for the past day.
Tommy, you've been thinking of him.
I've been trying. It's like I've both lived a very full experience, and then there's like some fundamental things that like most people have done that I'm like, well, we didn't do that.
It doesn't have to be crazy
fine.
shit. It can
No,
be
I
just
know.
like mundane things.
I
too.
also I came up with some that are specific to you two sitting at the table.
Let's begin with some of these. Okay.
First, let's go over the base rules. How many fingers are we holding up? 5?
I think it's just 5.
11.
11? You have 11?
Never have I ever had 11 fingers.
Well, I kept it in this place just for this game.
It's like Voldemort on the back of the thumb is another finger.
Ew.
Okay.
Yummy.
5 fingers we hold up, and then whoever is remaining, whoever has like a finger up last, gets a point. Selina will be keeping tabs.
Got it.
So each hand is like a whole round kind of thing.
And
So
we
we're
win
gonna play a bunch. No,
a hot dog.
you're cool.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You're cool if you haven't done things.
Yeah.
That was my problem with this game.
No, the
I was
game-
like, it's like you won, and they're like, I
No, the game is 100%.
don't have friends.
You won. You haven't done
You should
anything.
go do something.
I love how there's so many games that exist just because as a teenager we're afraid to just be like, hey, you want to make out? Like,
Right.
That's all it is.
Of course, it's way more fun that way.
That's 100%. I know, but it's
Got to do a little dance before you have fun.
It's
Yeah,
truly.
exactly.
Okay.
All right, hands are up.
Hands are up. All right. We're all going to lose on this one.
loaded.
Maybe I'm not. Maybe.
So we put our finger down if we have done it.
if you
Correct.
have done it.
Heard.
All right. Never have I ever Googled myself.
Oh,
Oh,
Absolutely.
of course. I gotta
feel
know
like
I gotta know what's going on.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I got to know what's going on
I
in my
gotta know-
relationship because the internet clearly knows how my marriage is going.
I got to know my famous birthday.
What's your famous birthday?
September 14th is my famous birthday.
They got it right.
I got a text message from a friend who's also a YouTuber person and was like, sorry, your famous birthday, you're being beat by like a 3-year-old. And it was like pictures of the famous birthday, and there's like this tiny little like Rebecca. And he's like, "Eh," and I'm like, who's that? Anyway,
I'm never going to be the most famous person born on my birthday because Amy Winehouse was born on September 14th, and that's legendary status. So it's like,
Yeah.
but I'm okay. That's awesome.
Sorry about
Rebecca
that.
was born on my birthday. I don't know if you've heard
And
of
we
Rebecca.
love Rebecca.
Oh my God,
3-year-old
Rebecca.
Rebecca's incredible. She's
really-
amazing.
she's
Huge
really
fan of
good.
She
Rebecca.
actually, we tried to get her for this episode, and she was
Yeah.
like, I'm too busy. And we were like,
She's
Tommy.
busy campaigning.
Like, I'm too busy, and she's smashing a rattle on the ground. Yes, I've Googled myself, unfortunately.
This position's really hard to hold.
It
Your
is.
thumb in.
Yeah, no, my index finger is like, ow. Can I do this?
Yeah, we can do this.
This feels good.
This feels like a teenager when they're like out with their mom and they're just like, they're like,
Okay.
they're like, life literally sucks. But they have claws around their hand. You guys get it, right?
I have a family member who is that girl.
Really? It's just like, hey, Tommy, happy Thanksgiving.
I'm like, hey, how you doing? And they're like, I'm gonna say there because I think that's the trajectory. And they're like,
Hold on.
no,
I know.
I can spot one from a mile away. They're gonna be fucking awesome. They're an incredible illustrator. They're so fucking cool.
Yeah.
But they're like, let's go out to eat. And I'm like, hey, how are you doing? And they're like, that's fine. I'm like, hey, you doing good? How's school? I'm like, okay, never mind.
They're
Never
just like,
mind. Yes, exactly.
And they're
exactly.
always, but I always feel bad for them because I've had them in my family in the past. They've aged out of that era.
Yeah.
But I get it because they're surrounded by like people who are all 20 years older than them.
Exactly.
Who are the most outgoing, loud people.
Yep.
And I'm like, you just don't want to
Like,
be
you want a glass of wine and play some cards? And they're
I
like,
just don't understand what his problem is.
yeah, and he's
you
sitting
know?
right there, just like, I'm gonna curse on your family.
Yeah, you're into what's that cartoon called, Clarence? Yeah, I don't know what he's into, but he likes that stuff. It's just
Yeah,
like,
why do they do that?
it's like, just leave him
Leave them
alone.
alone. Let
My
them do their
kid
thing.
is, he likes to stand against a wall, doesn't talk to anyone. Isn't that right, Michael? And Michael's like, yeah.
Yeah. Shut up, Dad.
God. Well,
Yeah.
Okay, thumbs down. I got a thumb down.
Okay.
okay.
I had one that I
Okay.
thought of. Never have I ever had an imaginary friend.
Oh, absolutely.
You had an imaginary friend?
100%.
What was their name?
Boy,
Well,
Bob.
Bob.
Bob?
His name was Bob.
Okay.
Last
He's a
name?
very tall, no last name.
Just
Didn't
Bob.
Share.
speak, but we like telekinetically spoke to each other.
Okay.
He's a
What do you
big,
look
tall, very long Bear.
Okay.
But he's not like thick. He's like long and lanky, and
A
he's
long,
very goofy.
skinny bear?
Yes.
That's terrifying.
Well,
That's the most horrifying shit I've ever heard
to
in
my
life.
brain.
What did he
Was
sound
he,
like?
Was he like made of smoke and moved through walls and
He
stuff?
didn't talk. No, he didn't talk, but he kept being like, I'm not even making this up.
How old were you when Bob was around?
17.
Yeah, 34. I don't remember. A long time ago. I think I forgot about him. And then I had like a therapy session or something, and then it came up, and I was like, major deja vu, and I was like, oh my God, there's my imaginary friend that I had when I was a kid.
Bob the bear, who's skinny and tall.
Yeah. And he's very, very sarcastic, but like he didn't talk, but I knew what he was saying.
And he was a good guy.
Very sweet.
Okay.
Very funny, and would always be like, chill out. That was always his vibe, was like, chill out. He wasn't like, are you okay? He was never like that. He was like,
I like that.
you're fine. Chill
nice.
out.
I like that.
That was his vibes.
We like Bob the bear.
Yeah. It
All
was
right.
never like a princess or anything. It was a tall, skinny bear who wore no clothes, but it didn't matter.
It's a bear.
Yeah.
I feel like I had one, but I can't really remember. I used to like put my hands up like this and pretend it was a rabbit. Does that count?
No, that's
No.
not imaginary.
Yeah.
That's
No.
your real
Because
hand.
that's my real hand.
Whoa.
Because
We
like
just
I
did
had
therapy
like teddy bears and stuff that like, but I'd play pretend where I'm like talking
Right.
to him, but I knew it wasn't real. I'm talking like a fully.
I knew it wasn't real. Look at you.
I'm like,
But I knew it was stupid.
He's real.
I knew it was stupid.
oh
and it
no,
was for stupid
he
kids.
lives in the
Yeah, yeah,
mountains.
And I was
yeah.
a smart kid.
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't you wish that you had wings or something when you were a kid?
Yes, I did.
Let's go back to that.
No, I was dumb too. But
Didn't you like think that you could be in a cocoon and that you could turn into a butterfly?
I did an experiment. I
right.
had a hypothesis.
Correct.
A hypothesis is different.
I discovered this on we discovered
Dirty
this on
Laundry.
Dirty Laundry at Dropout, and I was like,
It was very fun.
mind blown.
But no, I never had a full-on imaginary friend like that. I would talk to and like made up.
Oh, I was.
Bob the Bear is
I talked to a
interesting.
lot of things that weren't there. My mom was like, "Great, she doesn't need toys or anything. She's busy. Let me go get her. She has a meeting." Did you have an imaginary friend or no?
No.
Okay.
Not
Oh,
really. I was
rabbit.
a very smart and cool kid.
Okay. Well, you guys can off.
No, I had a job.
Yeah, Jesus.
I've got one that'll knock a finger off of both of you,
You think so?
immediately.
Whoa.
Are you ready?
Well, please, because I cannot handle doing this anymore.
I'm about to relieve your hand.
Thank you.
Never have I ever been married. Ha ha.
Oh, you're dumb.
Ha ha. I'm alone.
How do I put down 3?
Ha ha. No one loves me like that. Ha ha.
Stop.
No, I'm kidding.
Stop.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Hey, honey, who I love so much, my guest is really sad and alone.
Yeah, it was really good. Just Tommy really brought it down hard.
Yeah. Really.
It's true. We are married. Wow.
You're both
That's
married.
pretty cool.
We're both married.
When I was like, okay, how can I get their fingers down? And I was like, hurt my back yesterday. So I was just like laying down with my heating pad going, married. So that's what I feel.
I'm
Damn
married.
it. I'm going to lose this round.
It's one of those days again where I completely forgot my wedding ring. I straight up, it's just in a catch-all near my
Yeah, your
in
little
my
like
door. Like,
collection of stuff.
Catch-all.
I was running late. Okay, so I'm like,
It's so
would
funny because
think-
I haven't said anything, but you are spiraling and unraveling right now.
I know. I'm thinking about it because the fans are always like, "Where's his wedding ring?" And I'm
Oh,
like, "It's just
God.
simple. It's at home."
So you don't sleep with your wedding ring on?
No,
Neither do I.
I don't love rings. Like I was never a ring person. I do like the look of the wedding ring.
Shouldn't have gotten married then.
Yeah, shouldn't have gotten married then.
That
Come
was
on.
the big up. No,
No,
I've been
yeah.
meaning to kind of put it on a necklace.
You should.
Yeah.
Like Frodo.
Like Frodo.
Wow.
I when I forget my ring, I feel it. I feel like naked and alone. Just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm getting there. It's starting to be weird if I don't have it, but
It's okay. I actually didn't notice.
I don't think people really. I don't.
Now I'm
some of our
noticing.
fans
Fans
notice.
Fans notice.
And fans at home, if he's not wearing it, there's a problem.
And take that into account. Yep. It's not like in movies where you're just like, like
No.
if I'm in a fight with Garcia, I'm not like, this is coming off.
Take it back.
No, I'm like, okay, let's
Like,
talk
okay,
about
we'll
this.
figure this out, I
'cause we
guess.
have to.
Oh.
God.
We have to. Okay, what do I have down? Oh, cool. This is fun.
Do you have one?
2 left.
I have one.
Yeah.
This is kind of whatever. I'm going to do it first. I don't care.
I still have 4 fingers left. Try and get me.
Okay. Never have I ever fake laughed at one of these people at the table.
Okay.
Whoa, thinking about it. Awesome.
Never have
I never
ever
have fake laughed at either of
fake
you.
laughed.
I can't say for the rest of Smosh, but I'm talking about this table specifically.
This table.
It's okay. Just be honest.
You can be honest.
We've
It's okay.
we've had to do try not to laugh.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. I'm thinking I have to put a finger down because I feel like at some point in the
I,
hundreds of jokes we've done, I've done it because I'm like, it'll be funnier in the moment if I laugh.
I think I have to put a finger down too for
That's
trying
fine.
not to laugh.
Yeah, of course.
Stuff.
Yeah, I try not to.
So I also try not to.
I try not to. I really try not to laugh.
Laugh, yeah.
But there are moments where I'm like, this is really funny, but I could not laugh, but I'm gonna laugh because
Right.
it deserves it.
This
and
is
the
why
moment is so
this
good.
is why I brought it up, because I feel like specifically for you two, I don't know if I've like fake laughed, because I feel like you would both know it and see it in my eyes, and it would be
I don't know what it would.
it would be harder. I don't know what it would look like.
Can you try?
It's like when you're watching a comedy show and you want to give them energy, but you don't
Right.
have enough. So it's like, yeah,
I would hate that if you
nice.
did that.
Yeah, no, I'd
And
much
I know.
rather,
I
would drive
much
away.
rather you
I know.
not.
So I would. So I just don't.
I guess is it fake laugh or is it that I'm making a laugh like, oh, I'm laughing a little bit, but I'm gonna make it more.
Right.
I-
'Cause you're
I'm-
filling
I'm
in.
I think
kinda
it's an
exaggerate.
actual laugh that's like,
You're pushing
fake.
behind it.
Ooh, I don't know if I've done that.
see, you can push on a laugh that starts
I-
from funny.
I don't think I laugh at something that isn't funny.
Well, it's out of like,
No, I know what
Yeah.
you're prompting. I'm still gonna put a finger down.
I'm gonna put a
Put a
finger
finger
down
down.
just
Just
because
guys, put a finger down.
I wouldn't be able to
It's fine.
remember.
fine.
Okay.
I love that.
I feel like maybe this will get you. I
Okay.
think this is maybe. Never have I ever spilled spaghetti on myself.
Oh, 100%.
I've never spilled spaghetti on myself.
What?
Not spaghetti.
Are you wearing like a full napkin bib?
No, he wouldn't have to because he hasn't spilled spaghetti on
spilled
himself.
spaghetti on myself?
He's wearing an all-white outfit, actually.
Whoa.
Slurping it up.
Spaghetti all the time.
What made you think of spilling spaghetti?
I agree.
Because you were in the service industry, so like I figured just as a.
And you went to spaghetti?
I wanted to be specific. I
Okay.
wanted to see if I could get you specifically.
No,
the
I
thing.
love the prompt. I'm just trying to figure it
spilling
out.
food would get me. I've spilled food on myself.
I've spilled
but
food.
Spaghetti.
I have not spilled spaghetti while I was working.
Right, but you
spaghetti's my favorite food, spaghetti
Okay.
meatballs. So I would spill it on myself all the time. But working, I never worked like at an Italian restaurant. I don't think I ever worked at a place that served pasta.
Oh wow. Okay. My uncle
think.
has a story. Back like forever ago, he was a waiter, and he was bringing a plate of like a couple things, but like spaghetti was part of it. And he brings it to a table, and he's walking up to the table, and he kind of loses balance, and he has
No.
a choice of either the food going into the table, or instead he just slams it into a wall.
Yeah.
just full on. It's like
Oh my god.
right into a wall, and apparently the stain was there for decades.
Shayne,
That's awesome.
Shayne, I have actually seen this happen in person. You know how many times I've seen servers fucking break and do that? I have seen a server full martinis.
Ooh.
Full
No.
martinis is walking and they've slammed it to the ground. Because it's about to go somewhere that they just go, it's instinct. They go,
Yeah.
I don't want it to fall on the guest because
Right.
that
Yes,
sucks.
exactly.
So
No,
they
you-
slammed it to the ground. And one time a server was very clumsy, slammed to the ground and tripped on
No.
someone's jacket, fell and had a cut like
I was gonna
No.
say like
blood
final
everywhere.
like Final Destination.
Blood everywhere.
Oh,
And he was
no.
very clumsy and I loved him so much. But he came out and he was like, motherfucker.
At least he was okay.
It was fine.
Was he all right?
No, not really. I mean, he was fine.
And
Whatever.
he had a cut.
I don't think he went to the hospital, but he was covered in blood. And it was like, dude, you made it so much worse. You made it so much worse.
Oh my god!
You made it
Those
so
like
much
he's a
guys are gonna have
professional wrestler.
Great memory.
Those guests are just sitting there being like, I've seen so much f***ed up shit in restaurants, but
I've never seen a server like drop a tray. I've never.
I
seen
don't think I have either.
It's actually kind of fascinating because there's so many times where I'm like, holy shit, don't drop that. But they
Yeah.
don't. It's
Yeah.
kind of, it's
It's
always
always cocktails too, where I'm like, how are you doing that?
It is the funniest thing I've ever seen when a server drops something. I mean, I've been there.
I'd be a horrendous waiter. I would be so bad.
Yes, I think you would. Sorry. So sorry.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You're just like a big guy. Like I feel like you need to be like moving through.
You gotta squeeze through.
I bump shit so much.
Yeah.
The amount of doorways that I hit with my shoulder is crazy.
Yeah. So you'd be fucked from the.
Oh,
get-go.
no, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna put a finger down because I've probably spilled spaghetti on myself.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a sloppy eater.
I just don't, I have no recollection of spilling spaghetti, specifically spaghetti. But I really don't think I eat spaghetti that much.
Just the craziest prompt.
It's the craziest
Hey,
problem.
but I got you.
It's a crazy.
But I got you
I
both.
literally have one finger up.
Yeah, I think we expected that. I have two. It's close. It's a close game.
Oh, that's how you guys are gonna do 2 fingers like this?
Spaghetti.
Great. Number 1.
All right, I'll switch it to.
Okay.
All right, you guys got one?
I definitely have some.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Tommy.
I've got another like. What are the? Because I went into this like I'm gonna get them. Never have I ever been to Europe.
Oh, I'm out.
Oh, I've been to Europe. All right, so Amanda's out. It's down to Tommy and I.
Haha.
But
Euro
Amanda, you can
trip.
still throw ones out for
Oh,
try to
sack.
see if you can get me. I have one
Okay.
that I never have I ever, and this is like romantically. This is like as a
Okay.
thing.
This is a marriage question, I
Yeah.
guess.
There we go.
Never have I ever slid into someone's DMs.
I'm not in this. I'm like thinking. I'm like, well,
But what you could put a finger down.
Okay. If someone slid into my DMs first,
No, I don't think that counts.
Nope.
You have to.
you have to slide in.
You have to initiate it.
then I will keep my finger up.
Holy shit! Wow.
No,
I never have,
I
and
know.
I was like,
I have not.
I'm gonna
either.
be honest. I don't think I have it all. I don't.
we'll do it a lot though. That's
I-
like the thing now.
I don't like. Nothing has ever wanted me to do that. I don't know. Even if I thought they were cute, like I don't.
I
It
never.
feels weird.
It feels
like-
weird to me.
Also because we are online, and then it feels like we're using our tool to be like, hey, like this is me, you know?
Right.
It
Take
feels
a screenshot.
aggressive. Yeah, it feels aggressive in a way that I don't like. Like I'd rather hopefully meet them in person through mutual friends and just wait for that.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know.
it's also something like I'm not the type. I'll see, you'd see someone online, you'd be like, or like on social media, like, oh, they're cute, but like I don't know you,
Right.
and it's just kind of weird. Like I'm not someone who wants to initiate anything unless I kind of know more.
Unless like we've talked at
in person
in
once
person.
before.
then it's
But then
not.
that's not really-
It's it's. Then you're continuing a conversation.
exactly.
Yeah.
That to me is fine. If you've met in person and then
Right.
I like
But
initiate it.
I know plenty of people who like are just throwing messages out there to people they don't know.
Oh yeah.
After this, and this is for members. No, we don't have that yet. I was flirted with via a DM slide in. And then slide in. And I went, oh, is this a flirt? And then I responded back with like a, haha, imagine if you were flirting with me. And they were like, I'm not. And I was like, oh, haha. Well, good thing I said that. Anyway,
They just said I'm not.
no, it was the way in which they responded was very much like, I was like, wouldn't it be crazy if like you weren't flirting with me and you just like wanted some information? And then it was like, I do want this information. I was like, oh,
That sucks.
but I'll show you the screenshot later. It's very much
Oh.
like, it's like, where are you going? and it's like, oh, I'm going to this bar. And it's like, okay, cool, because I was interested in going to that bar. Like, I needed to know where that bar was, so thank you. And I was like, oh, great, good exchange.
Wait, that's actually very confusing.
No, and I'll let you watch. I literally, Chance was out there yesterday, and I was like, Chance, I need you to look at this, like, conversation. And then he was like, oh, he's flirting, and then went, oh, maybe he's not flirting. It's like, was it a bit? Anyway,
That's crazy.
moving on. It's
I would have been like, what is that bar that you're going to? I've always wanted to go there. But still, that would seem like flirting, I guess.
I'll show you. Anyway, I just don't want to be too specific in case that person watches,
Okay.
Members
which is a
only.
possibility. Anyway.
Really? Okay.
Oh, yeah, okay.
All right. It's you can throw out one if you want.
I feel like I need to pull up my list.
I have one. I'm going to try it because it's just down to you and I. So I'm trying
Yeah.
to throw specific
Yeah.
ones at you. Never have I ever seen an alligator on a golf course.
Fuck you.
From
Golf
Florida.
course? You mean all of the terrain in Florida? And an alligator, the only thing more populous than old people in Florida?
I love them like Florida. I know exactly what you've seen.
Wow.
All right, so
All
I
right.
take the first round then.
Yes, you do.
I took
Wait,
the first round.
oh, okay, so you
Yeah.
I
won.
knocked him out with an alligator on a golf course.
Wow.
All right.
That was specific.
That was very-
1
Some
point
spaghetti?
for me.
Congratulations.
I haven't lived life.
Spaghetti and alligator. You're crushing
Seeing an
it,
alligator
man.
on a golf course is not living life.
Never
I
seen
will
an
say.
alligator, never spilled spaghetti on myself.
Wow. Wow. You're,
I'm winning.
You're crushing it.
Winning at life.
All right. Next round.
Locked and
New
loaded.
hand. All right.
Okay, I have one.
Go.
Never have I ever said, oh yeah, I liked that show that you recommended that you love so much, even if I watched it and didn't like it. I never said I liked it. If I watch something that you recommend, I'm going to say how I feel. But
I've never lied. I will.
Ever?
ever?
Okay, no, I've never lied about that
Spaghetti?
specific thing. I've never told a lie in my entire life.
That's,
I don't know how.
I
no.
can't handle that.
I.
You need to lie a lot more, buddy.
Yeah, we're not
Hey,
doing
dude, you could get a lot further.
Dude, you need to lie.
You're gonna do a lot better. Not about that. TV shows, if I don't like a show, I might soften the blow. I might not be like, I hate it, but I'll be like, yeah, I couldn't get into it.
Even like back in the day, like when Netflix was like starting to be cool and everyone's like, oh my God, have you seen that show? And you're like, yeah,
No, I don't think I have.
Tommy.
I feel like I probably have.
Okay. At
Although
least I got someone.
usually I will be recommended a show. One of my besties is always recommending a show, and then I watch it and I'm like, this is possibly the most boring thing I've ever seen in my life. But I tell him that to his face. I'm like, because then I get to be like, and this is why the show didn't work for me. Like this kind of choice.
I
and
love
this kind of
that.
thing. But I'm sure like at one point because I'm a hater. I love being a hater. I'm a hater. I'm a big old hater. Shout out to my haters, my
one of
fellow
those.
haters.
One
and
of
when it's
those.
like we all love this show, then I'm like okay. And then I watch it and I'm like whatever. But then if someone's like gun to my head like, and how'd you feel about the show? And I'm like it's great. So I'm a coward hater. Shout out to my cowards.
Oh my gosh. Shout out to my coward haters. Love you.
My ex was right. I am a coward.
Stop it.
I'm kidding. Okay.
Holy shit.
No, but I
Okay.
definitely have.
Okay, so at
definitely
least
have.
I got one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I find it very hard though because I will say, like when people recommend the same thing to me, like my sister is dying for me to see this movie Palm Springs. It's an older
Oh,
movie.
it's awesome.
That's
It's not
how-
older.
Well, it's like 5 years older.
It's like, I feel like it's like came out. Yeah, I
Palm
guess
Springs. That's the.
Andy Samberg.
Yeah.
So he's so
2020, I guess it did come out. Yeah.
Is it?
she's like it's my favorite movie, and for some reason, the more she says it's her favorite, and I need to watch it, the more I don't want to watch it.
get
It's because
What
the
is wrong
pressure.
with
It's
me?
the pressure. Now
Okay.
you have the societal pressure of someone you love saying this is the most important thing to me, and you're like, okay, that means I need to be at a specific mindset where I lock myself in and tune into
Yeah.
this movie and give it all of my attention.
Yes.
And then it's like, okay, how did I feel about that? If it's not the best, then I have to talk. You know what I mean? The more pressure builds up, the less you want to even get involved.
Yes,
I totally get that.
Okay.
I will say I love that movie. It's very fun.
It's the best movie ever. You should watch it. It's my favorite movie ever.
Yeah, if
Well,
you don't
now I
watch it,
definitely
you should
won't
actually
watch it.
knowing that you didn't watch it kind of blows my mind.
Now I definitely won't
I
watch
don't know how to
it.
continue this conversation.
Fine. Okay, well that's
I won't look at you in the eye anymore.
that's my
unless you
question.
watch it.
What?
On a similar,
How are we gonna connect?
this episode of Smosh Mouth is brought to you by Mint Mobile. Amanda, do you like a great deal?
I do, of course.
I also love a great deal. And a place where it's hard to get a good deal sometimes is wireless providers.
It's impossible. I feel like you're wasting so much money. You're like, I don't even know what this provides.
yeah, and you may not even get a good plan out of that.
Yeah.
But Mint Mobile is all about a great deal, and they're offering $15 a month when you buy a 3-month plan. And not only that, it's so easy. You get to bring your own phone number, your existing contacts. It's pretty awesome all around.
Yeah, Smosh uses it on their production phone. It was so easy to set up, and you just go on the app and you can change the plans super easy right there.
I was looking through that. I was kind of shocked how simple that could be. It's great, and if you're interested, To get this new customer offer and your new 3-month premium wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/smoshmouth. That's mintmobile.com/smoshmouth. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/smoshmouth. $45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details.
This episode is brought to you by MeUndies. Shayne, are you so excited for fall?
Oh, yeah. I love it, man. It's a great
too.
time of year.
Pumpkin spice lattes,
Yeah.
apple cider donuts.
Well, I've never had apple cider donuts, but I'm gonna now.
I will have to get you some because they're so good.
Okay, I'm in.
Well, you know what I'm most excited for is the Dream Seam line from MeUndies. It's amazing. Buttery soft texture, and you have no underwear lines. You have MeUndies.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and their stuff is already so soft, so I can't imagine how this is.
Oh, it's so soft, and it keeps its shape. It doesn't get loose. And also, they have bralettes that have removable pads and bandos that you can remove the straps from. So it's just like immediate comfort.
That sounds incredible.
Yeah, it is incredible. Comfort is more than a dream this fall with MeUndies' new Dream Seam line. Get 20% off your first order plus free shipping at MeUndies.com/smoshmouth. MeUndies, comfort from the outside in. Back to it.
On a similar note, and I at first, when I thought of this question, I thought, oh, I won't put a finger down. I realized I do have to put a finger down. Never have I ever seen someone's band or just seen someone's musical performance, and it was really bad, or I just didn't really like it, and you told him it was really great.
Shut up.
Ooh,
you.
of course.
Yeah,
Of course I have.
It's
I
like the
mean,
quintessential.
Of course.
I don't even think that's an LA thing. I think that's everywhere.
That's just a thing.
Everybody has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, come see my show. And you're like, okay.
Yeah.
And I will.
And it's always in the worst place.
Oh,
it's always
yeah.
like it's always just perfectly far enough away, and there's no parking.
There's no parking. There's no food. There's no drinks.
No.
And the ticket's like $5
Too much.
Too much.
It's like $28.
Yeah.
I'm like, 28?
Yeah, and then right when you get there, the person taking your ticket like can't find it, and you're already annoyed, and you're like, I wish I was not here.
And your friend is always performing like
Last.
farther back.
Yep.
They're
But you-
performing at like 1 a.m. They're like, there's 4 openers. Wait for me. And you're like,
Yeah.
Also, as we know, I mean, this wasn't, yeah, I know, I gotta put my hand. As we know, as comedians, I know this isn't a band, but like our pull string on the back of our bodies is great set.
100%.
Love that set. Great show.
I don't know
so
about you.
Funny.
I don't know about you guys, but if I have shows, I like pick and choose. I don't invite people to every single show.
Oh.
I pick and choose. I'm like, this one matters. And then I'll straight up be like, don't come to this one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you don't want to burn people out.
No.
Right.
But then when you do get a text and it's like, come to my show, you're like,
Okay, I'll do that.
It's a lot of pressure.
I got
Talk about
it
the
coming.
ultimate pressure.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I've also gone and seen people's musical performances. They've been great.
Yeah,
That's
me
awesome.
too. And
That's
then
so
you're like psyched.
great.
Yeah.
And luckily with comedy sets, whenever I've gone, they've been awesome. Mm-hmm. I've been very fortunate, though.
Yeah.
Because that would be even harder.
Well, I've definitely seen a lot of bad improv in my life.
That's just
People's
how it
like
goes.
That's the nature.
teams where they're like, come on. And you're like,
Yeah. Oof.
whew.
Yeah.
I died in that moment. I was brought to another planet.
rough.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I've got one. Never have I ever puked at an amusement park or a fair or anything crazy like that.
Ooh.
I never have. I don't get motion sickness.
No. I get motion sickness, but I
avoid.
don't go on those rides.
Do you
That's
you
my
can't-
thing. I don't do those rides.
Can you not do roller coasters?
I love roller coasters. I can't do like
Spinny.
spinny, like what is it,
Scramblers.
Tasmania?
They've all got names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the
I know
spinny
what-
ones where you're stuck to the
against
wall.
and then you like slide up at one.
0%. I can't
it.
do that. I can do like my favorite ride is what is that? The
What's this?
tilt-a-whirl?
What's this? Where you spin the cup?
Nope. You're sitting in the thing and you're like,
Okay, I have more details about it.
Okay. It's like a star, and you're going this way, and the other person's like right there with you, and you stop right next to each other, and then you move again, and you're like, don't worry about it.
Do you know this one?
Scrambler.
I don't
I think it's
I
called
know.
the Scrambler.
It's a scrambler. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure, yeah.
I love that one.
That's fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just specific motion sickness.
Yeah. I got on this pocket of YouTube when it was like fair rides or whatever, like breaking down and like tragic moments and like rides history. Just because sometimes you get on that like that's my true crime. People love true crime. I love a roller coaster
morbid
accident.
curiosity.
Awful.
So like that just further integrated my or solidified my not going on rides like that. Like I'll do roller coasters for sure, but like not fair. You won't see me at a fair.
No, fair is crazy because it's like, oh, we're here for 1 week, and you're like, you set up a ride in one week,
and are the bolts so tight?
And you're doing it, and you're like, yay, and the bolts are like, help us.
I one time at Six Flags got stuck on Tatsu for 15 minutes, just looking down at my death for 15 minutes.
Can't do that.
Just face down. It's the one where you're hanging. And the ground beneath for 15 minutes.
I think I would have a panic attack and pass out.
I would, yeah.
I luckily was the type. I was a teenager. I was just like, whatever, man. Like,
that's
care.
wild. You have a sense of calm.
I lit a cigarette.
You're like,
don't understand.
I was just dropping lit cigarettes down on the ground beneath me.
There's a forest fire beneath you now.
Your uncle's like, God, Shayne is just such a piece of shit. He's like, stop.
Did you guys know that the sixth flag in Six Flags is the Confederate flag?
Should I put down a finger?
No. Is this real?
Never have I ever
Google
knew
it.
that.
Google it. I learned this recently, and that blew my mind. The Six Flags of Texas. The Six
So is that why the mascot's like that old, like white-looking guy?
That's why.
That's Robert E. Lee.
And I'll put down another finger.
That's the remains of Robert E. Lee.
Okay. Selina just looks over like this.
Yeah. It's true.
I never knew.
I guess we can't go anymore.
In their advertisements, in their logos, it's like those colorful triangular flags.
Yeah.
It's just all that. So it's a bunch of flags.
Yeah, why is France in there? France was like, we'll give you $100.
Places that have
Put our
governed.
flag in, please.
It's places that have governed Texas in the past.
Oh, that makes sense.
So France, Spain, Mexico. I don't think they're owning that much anymore. They're doing the colorful triangular flag. I'm not going to defend Six Flags. I feel like I've nearly.
I think you love Six Flags.
I've nearly died there a couple times.
Sounds like you love
no
being
thanks.
stuck on Tatsu.
Okay. Never have I ever.
Okay.
Never have I ever won over $1,000 in Vegas.
No.
Easy. I've never been to Vegas.
Oh. I've been to Vegas, but I wasn't betting. I wasn't like, I don't know. I don't like.
I'm not a gambler.
I don't like blackjack.
Blackjack.
Craps. Craps?
Yeah, craps.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about the
machine?
Yeah.
Slot machine?
It sounds fun. I'd rather like, I don't know. It doesn't excite me.
If you go in with this happened to me one time and it was awesome.
Okay.
And I feel like I tried it again and it didn't really work. But I went into what's the Morongo? Do we know the Morongo?
Morongo
Oh,
Casino?
the Morongo
Yes,
Casino.
the one that's
And
like in the
resort.
desert and resort.
Yeah.
That's like on the way to desert
Yes.
spots.
Yeah.
Went in there with $20. And I was like, I have $20. I'm going to gamble with my $20. And once this $20 is gone, I'm leaving this place because like I don't have money to spend like that. And so put in a 20, get the little card. Good thing. Then now I'm up to 40. Now I'm up to 60. Now that 60 gets back down to 20. And then I'm like, okay, whoa. And I keep going and going. And I spent like an hour and a half just like making money and losing money, making money, losing money. And then I hit 20 again and I was like, it's time to go. And I left with my $20.
Wait, that's actually really fun.
Yes. Don't gamble at home. You people get addicted to it. But when you do the $20
They do
trip,
get addicted. I would do the $20.
it's really fun because then you're just like, this has no meaning to me and I'm just going to leave when I...
Yeah, I don't want to like go in with hundreds of
No,
dollars.
that
and,
scares me
try to
My
so
sell
mindset
them.
has always been you take money that you're like, I'm going to spend this money
Right, I'm not getting it back.
gambling.
Right.
You like to gamble.
I don't really like to gamble. I have really bad gambling luck.
Oh
like
yeah,
I
oh
talked
yeah,
about.
yeah. You
Oh,
don't
shit.
know.
My first trip when I turned 21, my family was like, "We're going to Vegas," and like that's like kind of a thing that we do.
Yeah.
But I immediately I brought a couple $100 that I was like, I'm going to spend this week. I lost it all immediately. Like I didn't win any money in all of my initial bets. I lost $100 immediately. Like. Did not even get like a little bit back, you know how it's like it dwindles, it's just gone. Because I did blackjack immediately and I lost every hand.
You're like, hit me, and he was like, you're done.
My brothers were even like, oh shit. And I was like, yeah, this is probably just not for me.
Happy birthday.
I got to be honest, this is probably not my thing. No, and truthfully, in Vegas, the odds are against you completely.
Yeah.
And people might go to Vegas and be up, but if you look at all your Vegas trips, you're always going to be down.
Yeah.
Like, you're giving Vegas money.
I think I just worry that there's like all these mob bosses watching you on the camera and they're like, look at that sleight of hand. And then you owe them your life. Have I watched too many movies?
You've watched too
Yeah,
many
probably
movies.
watched too many movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But not the movies we want you to watch. If only you'd watch the movies that we cared about.
What?
Wanted you to watch.
Like Ocean's 11?
Like Palm Springs.
Oh my
need to
God.
watch Palm
I'm
Springs.
never going to watch
Guys,
Palm
comment
Springs.
down below for Amanda to watch Palm
Guys,
Springs.
I'm never going to watch it. Now
this-
that I have all
Gotta
this
watch
pressure.
it.
If this podcast gets 14 likes, we are going to force Amanda to watch Palm Springs.
And we're
Get
going
those
to do
likes
it
up.
on the pod.
Wow.
No.
Watch a long pod. Never been to Vegas. I want
Never
to.
been Vegas.
You actually would have a blast. Great
Vegas
people watching.
Vegas can be really fun.
Circus
yeah.
Soleil.
The people watching in Vegas is crazy. It's crazy because you'll be walking down the strip and you'll see people dressed in the most immaculate clothing next to someone who's wearing like a singular T-shirt
Yep.
that covers their whole body and then flip-flops that are
Correct.
That's awesome.
barely
Correct.
on their feet.
I've also heard if you've hit a third day of Vegas, you've done it too long.
Yes.
Yes.
It's like a 2-day thing, and then you got to get out.
The
Yes.
third day, you hate Vegas more than anything on this planet.
That's awesome.
I went when I was 22, and it was the third day. It was
Am I
like,
too old to go?
no,
Okay.
Oh God, no.
grown
No,
men.
Vegas
go.
is.
Okay, well,
I'd
back,
say it's
back off
actually
a little.
grown
I'm
men.
still a
Just
young
old.
young.
Men who are
Gross.
younger than you,
I
honey.
threw my back out 2 days ago. You beat kind of
I
my
actually
old
feel like
soul.
I actually feel like when every time I've gone to Vegas, it's mostly like seniors.
That's what I was thinking.
I think it's mostly. I feel like that's usually my
Yeah.
experience.
Oof.
Oof.
I don't think millennials and Gen Z are as into Vegas
No.
as boomers were.
No.
I think we're kind of like not. Gambling's not fun because nobody has money
Right.
Correct.
and things are scary. So
Correct.
it's like I'm not gonna do that. Boomers had stupid money.
Yeah.
I've got one, but I feel like it's only gonna get you, maybe, or maybe no one.
Okay.
Okay.
Never have I ever gotten a spray tan.
I've gotten a spray tan.
Of course I have.
Yeah.
Of course I have. I'm from the East Coast. Our proms are basically crawling into fall, and I needed to be tan.
Yeah.
People expected me to be tan.
I really want to get a spray tan.
I know you do.
As a bit, there was a
Please do it.
moment where I was
Please
like
do
gonna
it.
show up to a shoot week, just orange, like deep orange. I was so excited for it, and then like shit got moved around.
Honey,
and
I
was
don't
like,
know if you'll be orange. You might be like brown.
Well, that's what I don't want to push any limits. Okay, I don't want anyone to assume something wrong. But I do want to have a spray tan
Yeah.
just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think you should do it closer to December.
So it's even
it's like,
more like
whoa!
we know
what?
for sure that it was
Yeah.
a spray tan.
Yeah.
The spray tan is the most. I mean, I haven't done it since I was 18,
Okay.
but I used to do the beds. Terrible.
Ooh.
And then it was like a thing that you do for prom.
Right.
You have to do it. It's like a thing.
Uh-huh.
But the spray tan is insane because you can get it on everything you own when you come home.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
How long do I have to not touch anything?
Well, they've probably
day?
enhanced it. It's probably more advanced now
Yeah,
than when I was
they
18.
put hot glue all over you now. Really seal it.
They
in?
probably do. They probably like exfoliate you and then I don't know, but you don't want to shower after because then you get spots,
Right.
and you don't want to get spots.
But how do I sleep? Standing.
Yeah,
Okay.
I remember
for days.
I remember talking to a person who did spray tanning, and she was talking
that was her
about
job.
That was her job. She worked at a spray tan
Oof.
place, and she was talking about when dudes would come in, how it'd be like, all right, now move your junk to the side, spray tan. That's
They wanted it all brown.
everywhere, everywhere.
Those were all the men I
that's
went to high school
wild.
with.
I'd probably do that.
Yeah, and I think you should. So you
Junk
can move
to the
your
left.
junk to the side.
Junk to the right. Crisscross. Ow, 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 ow. Crisscross. Ow, 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 ow.
Honestly, I can't wait to see you because then you can wear the little
I'm going to have...
little baby little goggles.
Uh-huh.
That don't have lines here, just here.
I'm going to have the white eyes. It's going to be great.
You're gonna come in, you'll be like, welcome to Family Feud.
No. Now you're gonna talk like that. I can't wait.
Oh my God.
Just nice. So keep an eye out for
So I
me to
guess
be
I'm the
spray
only
tan.
one who
Yeah.
did the spray
you're
tan
spray
vibes.
tan lady.
I mean, I wish I never did it. I look back at prom photos and I'm like, wow, Oh, wowzers.
Well,
But all my dresses were like hot pink, lime green,
So fun.
bright orange.
so you needed a
needed a boost.
You're like, Bobby, we're late for prom.
My hair was like
Bobby.
slicked and then curls and like kind of up. It was like called a half do.
Whoa.
Did you ever do bumpets? You remember those? Do you remember bumpets?
Yes, I never did them, but I know that it was a possibility for me to do it.
It was in my
definitely
sphere.
I mean, I did grow up on Jersey Shore. I watched all of Jersey Shore. But you could have it, you buy it, and it was like a plastic thing.
Yeah, it's like
But
a little ramp in your head.
you go home, you go to my home, people still rock a bump it.
Whoa.
Big time.
That's awesome.
They're dressed up for the grocery store, like hardcore.
Whoa.
Correct.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Woo!
Pretty cool.
Never have I ever invested in crypto. Okay, didn't think. What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Amanda,
that
our
is the-
offline queen?
That is
Yeah.
the craziest.
I'm not kidding.
That is the craziest turn of events
I
ever.
have. I'm
Oh,
Did you make money?
yeah.
Whoa, nice.
Not like whoa, holy shit, but I did double what I put in there.
Okay.
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's insane.
To be honest,
That's crazy to me.
This is the most
I know.
insane.
it's like when people figured out I love Lord of the Rings. They were like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah,
Wow.
Lord of the Rings, you
guess
know
it
what that
doesn't
rhymes
matter.
with?
Frozen.
crypto."
Palm Springs.
I am actually
Another
gonna
movie.
kill you.
Okay, that's crazy.
I have invested in crypto,
wild.
and I wanted to. I wasn't sure about it, and my friend gave me a whole download, and then kind of helped me do it. And I was like, "Wow, cool."
Okay. I should point out that that it is gambling. So you won.
Wow,
Good job.
I won.
Similar
so
to
you have
gambling.
done-
Also, I think advice overall don't because you're more likely to lose money.
More likely.
But
to
you got
lose
very
money.
lucky.
I got very lucky. I did like a safe gamble on it, where it
Cool.
like stops you. It doesn't allow you to like put too much on anything. It just like
And you're
all
not
through
also
an app.
putting people are putting their life savings into
Oh,
crypto.
that's-
I would never. I'd rather take out the cash and hide it somewhere.
yeah.
In your mattress.
Yeah, my
the wall.
mattress.
That's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I
crazy.
did.
Out of all of us at the table,
That is so crazy.
Methinks it was an awesome idea that I did it.
methinks.
Well, you got money, so it worked out.
Methinks I did a good job.
Do you guys have any?
I'm going through my brain right now thinking about stuff I have not
Oh.
done.
Never have I ever paid for online dating,
Oh, I never have.
Yes, I have.
and that's okay.
It's okay.
Most of the world
you
has.
can pay to see who has liked you on these apps. Are you kidding me? Let me spend $20 so I don't have to go through the, hoopla of like.
Of course.
He's cute.
It's
And then it's like,
designed.
wait,
It's designed
Of course.
that way.
Of course.
Are they all pay or
They all
are,
They're
they
all
have
free.
the option.
They're all
but then you
free.
can pay to either like
Got
Tinder.
it.
Tinder, for example, is like you're done swiping for the day unless you pay us $10. Then you can keep
Yeah.
swiping.
No, it's really shitty. I think they're kind of all crumbling a little bit right now. I think they're struggling.
I know a lot of. Well, I'm actually not the person to speak on this. The gay people I'm surrounded by are moving past dating apps. They're like bored of it.
I think
It, like,
everyone
doesn't
kind
work.
of is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have a theory.
that makes sense.
I mean, it makes sense that they want to keep the demand up. They don't want them to really work in the long run.
No, they don't want you to
No.
couple up.
They want people to be single. I think dating apps have probably made dating so much harder than. I mean, I think everyone knows they have made dating.
Well, because people come
But
in
I don't
with,
think
like,
they're
weird
designed-
expectations.
I don't think dating apps were really designed for you to find a thing. Like,
No. It's for fucking.
It's
but
the
even, and I think even that started to suck. Like, I think they're bad in that
Yeah.
one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard someone explain it recently, and I was like, wow. Just this is more the dating sphere, but specifically in dating apps, that for men, dating is a desert, and for women, it's a swamp. And I was like, wow, that's
crazy.
because
and
that was
that's
like
so cool.
It's bad for everyone,
But
but,
I think
it's
it's a
bad in
swamp in
different
a
ways.
bad way for women.
That's well.
yeah. No. Yeah.
I don't think swamp was meant to be a good thing.
Well,
Oh, like a nice swamp.
oh yeah, I guess swamp is bad.
We just learned that Amanda is Shrek and thinks swamps are awesome.
Get off my swamp.
But yeah, it's just bad. Like the experience
All
is
bad.
not good and organized. They're not trying to optimize it for you to match with someone. They're probably trying to keep that match away so that you stay and pay for it.
Was it ever good?
I think initially they were really years ago.
Yeah.
Tommy?
The longest relationship I met on Tinder.
Okay.
People do meet their partners on dating apps. It's still possible. I just think the infrastructure is not designed for it.
Well,
And it's trying to get money out of you. That's their goal. Their goal is not to match you with someone. Their goal is to get money out of you. So,
all right. Well, one down for Tommy. What does everyone have? Because I have 2.
I've got 3 left. I'm pretty sure.
I've got 4
I kind of
left,
lost
I
count,
think.
but I'm pretty sure it's 3.
I got 4.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I got 4 because I've not invested in crypto.
Okay.
I should have.
Okay.
I guess I should have.
I guess you should have.
Never have I ever texted an ex, but it's like texting an ex, being like, "Hey,
I'm sorry.
what's going on?"
Come back.
Not like, "Hey, like not for like a necessity."
You mean like never have I ever texted an ex in like a flirting, I want you back vibes?
Yeah. Or in any sort of way, like, yeah, more that tone.
Is texting an ex having a conversation of like, hey, we should like meet up and like have a conversation?
No,
and,
if
like,
it's not
be
platonic,
friends
I don't think it's platonic. I
Okay.
think in a non-platonic way.
You mean like as a booty call or just like
Sure, booty call counts. Just not platonic. Not just like, hey, my friend, or I don't know, or like, hey, I'm recommending you for a job, or I don't know, like
ex, like a real ex or like a 2-month hangout ex?
I'd say a real ex.
I think I was too prideful. I don't
Same.
think I did.
I think.
I think
Wow.
I've wanted to, but I'm very stubborn and prideful, so I don't think I did.
Yeah.
I think most of my breakups were either like I was like super done, or they were super done, or they were trans. Hi, Lena. And we're still friends. And yeah, so I don't think so. I
Okay.
think it was very like no more contact.
Okay.
I think I've wanted to though.
Oh, sure, I've wanted
I
to.
haven't. I've definitely like tried to like be like, oh, okay, where can I like? Again, it always goes back to in person for me.
Totally.
So it's like if I know that they're going to be at a party and I'm interested in that,
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, okay, I want to go. But no,
That's different. Yeah.
I too stubborn.
Okay. Okay.
Ooh, I've got one.
All right.
Yes.
Never have I ever gotten a concussion.
I don't think I've gotten a concussion. I don't think so.
Amanda?
That I'm aware of.
That I'm aware of.
I guess that's always the case.
I've probably had one that I'm not aware of.
That's where we've all, you know what, we're all concussed.
I think I might have.
Did you get diagnosed with a concussion at any point?
No, but I felt
Okay.
really sick. A bus hit me and my sister.
I'm sorry.
What the
I'm sorry, Amanda.
Sorry?
Were they
This
trying to get your
is-
crypto?
Sorry. Yeah, they're like, you invested in crypto. Bus. Boom.
Okay, we need to talk about that.
You got hit by a bus.
I did.
And you've never mentioned this.
Correct. I was inside of a car.
Okay.
It was me and my older sister. We share a birthday.
right.
We were young. We were on our way to a dinner that we were having in Boston with my mom and sisters and my grandparents. We were going to this like Portuguese restaurant, or tapas, Spanish tapas. I can't remember, but I was young. I was like not super young. I think I was like 16 or something.
Okay.
And we were both in her little shitbox car, like little. And we were in Boston and we had parked for a second. And I was on the phone with my mom, who was in a car like 5 cars down. And
Miss Frizzle was drunk as
Miss Frizzle was like, la 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 la. Can I put my best in you?
God.
And my sister was turning and the bus was coming and it hit her and slammed us against many, many, many cars. And I lost, I blacked out and I was on the phone with my mom. So unfortunately, she heard the whole thing.
Yeah, that would be terrifying.
Which is why I never talk about it because I blacked it out. But like, she heard the whole thing and it was just boom, it hit us all through these parked cars in Boston. Luckily, the bus stopped and we were okay. We were okay. And my sister, the car was like crunched, but no one got like cut or anything. But I think my sister was fine, but I definitely hit my head because I was on the phone like down by my feet or something.
kind of did an initial bonk.
Exactly. And the phone was still on.
Wow.
And I think the worst part was the embarrassment of my mom having a fucking breakdown. Do you know when someone's like worried that you almost died and you almost feel like
Then it's back
embarrassed?
on you to be like, calm down.
you're almost like, do you know that feeling?
I don't know.
When it's like my mom pulled up and she was like, my babies, like that. Like she was in hysterics, and I felt deeply uncomfortable. I was like, I'm fine, Mom.
Mom, you're being cringe right now.
No, I felt so bad for her, and my poor little sister was in the car, and she was like, I'm never gonna be the same.
Oh, God.
She was in the car with my mother, so she experienced my mom being like, they're dead. They're dead.
Oh my God!
Jesus Christ.
And
Well, it probably sounded crazy on
we
the phone.
got hit by a fucking bus.
Like the sound was probably worse
Yeah.
than even
Crunchy,
the.
squeaky.
So I felt really sick, but my mom was like, well, we have reservations. We have to go. Now that you're alive, it's for your birthday. We can't let your grandparents down.
Did you not go to the hospital or anything?
No, I went to dinner.
Went to dinner.
My grandparents
crazy.
were waiting.
Craziest part.
My grandparents were waiting. And we can't let them down. They'll be devastated if you guys don't show up to your birthday dinner. So me and my older sister, this is like the story of my life. Me and my older sister walked in, and I remember throwing up in the bathroom, and my mom was like,
You had a concussion.
We'll figure this out.
You had a concussion.
But I had to be like,
It's
they were like,
birthday.
happy birthday. And I was
You're
like,
A concussed. Having to be
Literally-
concussed and sit through happy birthdays.
That's unbelievable.
story of my life, where it's like, you almost died, but we can't let your grandparents down.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Anyways.
Wow.
So I think I did have a concussion.
That's
Yeah, I think 100%.
I think her
you did.
car was totaled. Pretty sure.
It got
That's
crunched. It probably was.
wild.
Yeah.
And the bus didn't give a fucking shit. They were like, you pulled out at the wrong time, lady. Like they're just boss.
It was like a
That's how-
public.
Yeah, I mean,
transit
she
bus.
definitely did the wrong thing.
Well, yeah.
It's like, when you pull out and you put your blinker on and a bus is coming, so you're going to wait. No, my sister was like, gotta go. Anyways, so I guess I have one left.
I feel like you
Fully
should put a
insane.
finger down for that.
Should I put all my fingers down for that? Should I take two?
That's
No.
that's a twofer. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, you have one left. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Sorry.
I love that story. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Selina wrote this one down, and I feel like we just gotta
gotta.
say it. Never have I ever gotten the ick from someone at this table.
The ick.
I don't think I've gotten the ick from anyone at this table.
I don't think I've gotten
I don't
the
think I
ick.
get the ick.
I definitely get the ick.
Oh, I get.
Oh, I get the ick.
I feel like I haven't gotten the ick. Well,
Come on.
Not anyone at this table.
I don't think I've gotten the ick from anyone at this table.
No.
At all. But I've definitely gotten the ick.
Okay.
Come on, you've gotten the ick.
I guess
Shayne.
I probably have. I don't think of it in those terms.
It's like when someone says something and you're like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Loosely. Yeah. I was on like a date or whatever, and someone was like, "What a cute doggo over there," and I went.
Sorry, I got hit by a bus earlier.
I looked at him.
doggo.
I clearly my face changed. She went, "Oh no, should I not have said that?" Because I think I went like, and he was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I will never say that again."
Oh.
And I'm like, no, it's fine. But also,
No,
don't.
he said, "What a cute doggo," and he goes, "Oh, should I not have said that?" Ermiger.
I'm a dumb idiot.
I'm just small bean.
Oh God. Maybe I have gotten the ick from you, Shayne. I'm not sure. I think maybe I have. No, no, not the real ick. Just when you're doing
Yeah.
shit like
You
that.
got-
Yeah.
He's cringed you out.
He's
via
100%
impressions.
cringed me out.
Yes, yeah.
But not like
Not a true
ick
ick.
where you're like, oh God, and you don't want to tell them.
Oy. Yeah.
I've had friends who've given me the ick, and I've definitely looked at them like, oh God.
Yeah.
They're like, what? I'm like, never mind.
Yeah. I just let it go.
I let it go, but sometimes you got to tell them.
I know.
You're like, you can't do
That's
that.
so hard.
You're a gross idiot right now.
And I think it has to do with like dogs and like people walking by, like, cute dog or whatever. They say something, you're just like, oh my God.
I've gotten the ick from myself, I think.
Oh.
I think I've
Tell
gotten
us.
the ick
How
from myself.
How so?
I think I don't know, just in moments. I think about dogs, like it is so subconscious that when I see a dog, I go so high register, and I don't know why still.
Oh,
like,
no.
I want to talk to a dog like just be like, "What's up, man? Like, how's it
No.
going?" But
No,
every time
they're
I'm like,
dogs.
"Oh, how's it going?" Like,
No,
I'm
I've
like,
seen
why
you
am I
with a
doing
dog.
No.
It doesn't give me the ick.
There is some science some science podcast that I listen to. There is a instinctual thing that we talk like that to small animals. That
Is
way
it like
they
a baby thing, or
Yeah.
it is a baby thing. Even other animals talk to their own children with a different tone than they would talk to other things, and it's so that the babies know that they're being addressed. It's so like if we didn't use that voice toward the dogs might not know that we're addressing them. I could be wrong, but I have
That makes sense,
I have a
though.
microphone in front of my mouth, so that means everything I say is true.
Correct.
Right. Yeah.
That actually makes sense, though. And also, you can't stop yourself. I could never go to a dog and be like, "What's up, little brother? How are you,
buddy?
Yeah.
Hey, dog.
It's
Hard. It's really hard not to.
It's really hard. So it's okay.
Sometimes I catch myself with my cats. I'll just like if I'm just hanging out, I'll turn and I'll just be like, "What are you doing, dude? What's going on?"
That's because you live with them. Difference.
What are you up to? And they're just looking at you like
Like,
what?
never have I ever owned a dog.
Oh, I'm out.
Got me.
I'm out.
Haha.
Never owned
Do
a
you
dog.
want to own a dog?
Someday?
Now I do. I never used to, but now I want.
I feel like you'd be so good as a dog owner.
What kind of dog would you want?
I don't know. I recently had a lot of interactions with a pit, and they're just the sweetest little
They're so
guy.
cute.
There's a whole little person in there. But growing up, I had hermit crabs.
I had a hermit crab.
I had fish. I had prairie dogs.
You had prairie dogs.
Like prairie dogs, like the ones that are in a desert,
Yeah. Wow.
like
did
in
you
a prairie.
have them
You
outside
had
or you
them?
had them
No,
inside?
we had them inside. They're pet. They can be pets. It was amazing.
Whoa.
How many
They're
did
like-
you have?
Where do they
They're like,
burrow?
they're like this big. Well, you give them like a bunch of what we did is we like cut up little like blankets so that they had like material to burrow in, but like that would be clean. My dad built a cage that like the bottom half like collected all the little poopies.
Oh, yeah.
But he built a two-story. We had one. Her name was Girly. She was awesome, and I was like in 5th grade or whatever. And we just adopted them from people who got them as pets, and then was like, we actually don't know how to take care of these because they're very social. They live in big groups.
Oh.
They need other creatures, kind of like humans in a way.
Yeah.
They're like if humans were hamsters. Like that's like the idea.
Wow.
They're very. They have
Oh.
their own language. They
Yeah.
can like squeak to each other about like, oh, a tall human being who's wearing red is approaching this quickly. Like that's how detailed they can get.
Whoa.
Yeah, you come home and they're like, yay! And you're like, oh my god, hi, baby! And then you like let them out and they crawl up and they nestle into your little neck. And then you can sit and watch TV and they'll like flop over into your arm and you just like scratch your little belly and they're like, yeah.
Wait, stop.
Yeah, they're the best.
I
They're
did
so
not
cute.
know this.
They have
I had
little
no idea.
personalities. They're called the chicken nuggets of the prairie because they are like perfect prey and they die really easy. So it's like you have to really take care of them, but they're really precious.
That's why they live underground and they have
Exactly.
like their warning
Oh
system.
my god.
Chicken nuggets of the prairie.
They're all over LA too, like the big
Are they?
fields. Oh yeah.
Wow.
When I
Really?
would take my dog to a park, there was all these little holes and they would just stick pretty much their whole body out. And then
Yep.
they would know that she was there and they were like, oh,
They go-
fuck. Yep, and they go back in. They were everywhere.
Yeah. They're illegal to have as pets in LA, otherwise I'd probably have one.
Yeah.
Why?
Because a long time ago, they one of them got monkeypox somehow, and then that spread to a person, and it was just the one. And then they were like, never again is that a pet.
It's kind of the same with like we don't have ferrets in California either.
Right.
There's
It's
a lot
the
of
same.
pets that are illegal in California.
Wow.
Well, dang.
Anyway, never owned a dog, but I've had those cute little creatures. But I want a dog.
You would be such a good dog owner. I really think so. Would you
But
want
am I gonna be the single gay with a dog?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Am I gonna be that guy?
Yeah.
Is that a guy? Is that
There's oh my god.
Yes.
Walk outside and point in a direction. There's a gay with a dog. Who's like,
100%.
well, relationships didn't work out, so I'm gonna have a dog. It's
Yep.
like, okay.
Yep. And they're usually like they're a little bit older and they have everything particular in their house and they have their little dog.
So fun to date. It sounds like.
And their dog just like is their world.
Yes, which it would be my world. That's another reason I'm scared to do it because I'm like,
No.
it would
it's
just be
okay.
my world.
It would. You would dedicate your life to it.
Yeah.
So maybe hold off.
Maybe hold off. We'll see.
Well, we're out of time.
Okay.
We don't have a declared winner, but we know that Amanda lost.
I lost.
I know you did lose.
I'm fully out. Like I lost
So you've
twice.
lived,
Twice.
you've lived the most life.
You've
now.
definitely lived. You've invested in
Yes,
crypto.
yeah. I've been hit by a
Spray
bus.
tan.
Spray tan.
No, the amount of
crypto.
surprises that came out
Yeah,
of
this
this
was a Amanda
was
lore episode.
Fascinating.
Yep. They
Yep.
just live. These stories just live inside me, and then they become awoken when I get asked
You
questions.
need to be prompted.
Yeah,
my
I
God.
do. I do.
Well, thank you, Tommy, for being here.
Thank you. This was
Thank
so
you,
much fun.
Tommy.
Oh, thank you.
We love you, Tommy.
Thanks. Oh, thank you.
We love you and your little. I almost called them guinea pigs. We love you and your little
prairie dogs.
prairie dogs. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Thank you.
Tommy,
we
you're
learned
the
a lot. Thank you for watching. I hope this was as shocking to you as it was for me.
So shocking.
If this gets 14 likes, Amanda has to watch Palm Springs.
That's right.
And I won't.
Okay.
So hit that notification bell.
Like and subscribe.
All right, we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.